G'day folks, today we're going to speak about brine lakes. These are locations deep at the sea floor in areas like the Gulf of Mexico, and it's speculated that these lakes formed somewhere in the Jurassic period where the Gulf of Mexico was extremely shallow and high in salt, and that during this time a layer of salt accumulated across its surface, kind of settled into solid deposits, and eventually conditions changed in the Earth such that resulted in a raising of the sea level. And this raising the sea level brought in new water, less salty, that eventually dissolved away the salt layer at the top of these pools. This left the already high salt content water underneath exposed. But as that water was so dense in salt, it actually prevented the new water and the original from mixing, and this left the brine lakes that we know and love today, which can essentially be amounted to greater saltier lakes than the Great Salt Lake. This unique occurrences create a rather novel habitat for the organisms living here that can't really be correlated to anything else present in the Brine ecosystem. Here we see some little goomers that are cutthroat eels, and they're scavenging for food. Some of them be bold enough to even take a dive into the lake for a bite, which is questionable in its safety. As we can see here, if a critter stays in the brine lake for too long, toxic shock can set in, which is a reaction with them in the body to the high salt content. And this is kind of similar to when we get extremely dehydrated and can get twitchy as a result from ions in our nervous system being out of balance. Just it's far worse for this little guy. Luckily he makes it, but many others aren't so lucky and wind up floating on top of the lake and becoming preserved by salt residues for more scavengers like these guys to try their hand at in the future. That's a rough synopsis of brine lakes and their inhabitants. With that, I'll leave you guys. Have fun and farewell.